X-Play, TV's most watched video game show.
Today on X-Play, 2 baseball games go head-to-head in dueling reviews. We'll weigh in MLB 2K8 and MLB 08 The Show. Then we'll preview Wii Fit and find out if the balance board will become the next gaming phenomenon. And we'll give you an exclusive sneak peek at Zero Punctuation's review of Capcom's Demon Slayer Devil May Cry 4. Get your rank up. It's game time.
Hello and welcome to X-Play. This is the show your parents don't understand. I'm Adam Sessler.
And I'm Morgan Webb. We're coming to you from G4 Studios in Los Angeles on March 4th, Tuesday. On today's show, the baseball brawl begins as we review both MLB 2K8 and MLB 08 The Show. The 2 games will square off on this stage and the loser will be executed.
And T-Squared is back with more Tango torching tips for Call of Duty 4. Then we'll try not to break a sweat in our preview of Wii Fit. But first, let's let Morgan give you all the top headlines in today's gaming update.
Thanks, Adam. Infogrames, the publisher and distributor of franchises like Dragon Ball Z, Alone in the Dark, and everything under the Atari label, has announced that Phil Harrison, former Sony Worldwide Studios boss, has been hired as the company's new president. Harrison will work closely with the newly appointed CEO of Infogrames, David Gardner. The two plan to place a greater emphasis on the industry's online markets while maintaining and improving the Atari brand. Well, they're going to need luck with that. Harmonix, developer of the hugely popular Rock Band, will be awarded bonuses upwards of $208.7 million should the game continue to exceed publisher sales expectations through 2008. As long as the game's impressive sales continue, Harmonix shareholders would be eligible for incremental payouts from Viacom and MTV Games. As we all know, Rock Band was an instant hit during the 2007 holiday season and has so far managed to sell through 1.5 million units in the U.S. alone. In addition, over 2.5 million downloadable songs had been sold as of mid-January. Speaking of millions, Capcom has announced that Resident Evil: The Umbrella Chronicles has shipped over 1 million units worldwide. The zombie-filled rail shooter is the second Capcom Wii game to achieve this goal, following Resident Evil 4 Wii Edition. But it's not all good news. Capcom has confirmed the release date for the Wii version of Okami has been delayed by 3 weeks. Anxious Wii owners will have to wait until April 15th before getting a chance to try out the game's updated controls. Could drawing squiggly lines on your TV get any more fun? Well, that's all for today's gaming update. Log on to g4tv.com/xplay to continue getting all of today's up-to-the-minute video game news. But now, let's send it over to Adam, who has the first half of our doubleheader.
All right, thank you, Morgan. 3 weeks. What are we going to do? Well, spring about to be sprung. Game companies are rolling out this year's crop of baseball titles, and we've got reviews of the big 2 in today's show. First up to the plate is Major League Baseball 2K8. When it comes to Major League Baseball, the 2K series has been the big boy on the block for quite a while now.
Tell it goodbye!
MLB 2K8 doesn't like to mess with a good thing. This is still the best-looking baseball sim out there. Dodger Stadium has never looked more majestic. Hey, look at the guy wearing a 2K sports shirt. What a sellout. The players look like their real counterparts, don't they? Pedro Martinez looks like Pedro Martinez, a man who loves to attend cockfights. It's true. Look it up. So, what's new this time out?
The 1-1 pitch on the way.
The pitching. What else could it be?
That's just out of the zone.
Everybody knows the key to managing a good baseball team is the pitching.
A fastball swung on and missed.
And also turning your back when the entire team is doped up. Allegedly.
Swung on and missed. He struck him out.
It's not easy. It's going to take some major toggling of the analog stick to really get the flow. The analog stick is also a big part to making slick fielding plays.
On the ground to first.
Nice play, Nomar. Hope you do it in real life. And also like the pitching, the fielding will take a bit of an adjustment.
He's in there safe. Oh, when they run into each other.
You'll get better. It takes practice.
And his throw is in time for the first out of the inning.
It takes time.
Curveball, got him.
If you don't like baseball, there's also the home run derby. That's where A-Rod truly shines, when he's looking out for himself. That's a teammate. Plus, there's a trading card feature where you can unlock such items as stadiums or uniforms. That shirt smells like flaxseed oil and lies. MLB 2K8 is just as good as last year, and the pitching even better.
He froze him that time with a pitch right on the outside corner.
We give MLB 2K8 4 big poppy home runs.
A swing. That one is in the deep right center field. This one has a chance. Out of here! A 2-run homer.
Out of 5. Play ball, baseball fans. Play ball.
The 2K franchises have been around for a while, but sadly, not all sports games survive as long as we want them to.
In today's X List, we take a look at the top 5 sports games we want back.
At number 5, we've got NBA Jam, Midway's original arcade baller. And yes, we want to hear those classic words, he's on fire.
Number 4 is Punch-Out. Maybe Little Mac would still be around today if he would have just listened to Doc's advice and subscribed to the Nintendo Fun Club. Number 3 is Cyberball, because really, what's better than robots playing football with an explosive ball?
Well, how about Mutants? Our number 2 is Mutant League Football. Its trick plays and excessive gore made football fun again, especially when you were able to murder the ref.
And at number 1 is the classic, timeless Tecmo Bowl. They weren't able to license the names of real NFL teams, but they were able to license my heart.
Oh. Medical research has come a long way in the last decade, but we're still years away from being able to alter our genes in order to lose weight. But in the meantime, Nintendo is offering up Wii Fit to keep that waistline in check. Will it replace the ab roller or bulimia? Find out in my preview. All right, I'm here with Eric, and we're going to learn a little bit about Wii Fit. What's the demographic?
We've got all these new players that come in, just bought a Wii, like they love Wii Sports. They're going to love it, but I think it's also going to have a lot of appeal to, core gamers, people who are really into gaming too.
What's sort of the mechanic behind it?
The Wii Fit actually uses the Wii Balance Board, and you step on the Wii Balance Board. It's this wireless device. You put it in your living room, you set it in front of your TV, you stand on it, and it senses your motion and your balance. So if you're leaning a little to the left, leaning a little right, it actually knows and senses it right away.
Tell me a little bit about what he's doing.
So right now he's doing an exercise. There's actually over 40 activities and exercises in Wii Fit. They range from strength activities, yoga, balance games. There's all kinds of different stuff in Wii Fit, and something a little bit for everybody. You got it.
How much exercise are you going to get from the Wii Balance Board?
Actually, a ton. And a lot of the activities look a little bit easy. Like the one he was doing right there, it's just like, oh, hey, I'm just moving my arm and my leg. But the thing about it is that the Wii Balance Board can sense your motion and your sense of balance. So if you make a tiny adjustment in your balance, it knows it right away. So it's one thing to do an activity, it's another thing to do it just perfectly. And that's where the game comes in. That's why it's a lot of fun.
When can we expect this?
Are you going to get this game May 19th?
May 19th.
Yeah.
Get ready to get in shape.
Coming up on X-Play, our baseball double play continues with a review of MLB 08, the show. Then, we get an exclusive look at tomorrow's zero punctuation review of Devil May Cry 4 from The Escapist. And get ready to keep the beat in our review of Patapon for the PSP. Don't move.
Welcome back to X-Play, home of 10-cent beer night and 10 riots. It's time to head back to the ballpark with our second baseball review of the day. PlayStation exclusive MLB 08, the show is up next, and here is our review. Baseball! It's the American pastime. What could be more American than a sunny day at the ballpark? How about a day of hearing your former trainer testify against you on Capitol Hill? Don't worry, there aren't any messy legal proceedings to muddy up MLB 08, the show. Just good, clean athletes playing an old-fashioned game of pitch and catch.
This is the matchup these folks came to see.
Like every every previous edition of the show, this year's version pretty much rides on the coattails of its predecessors. But there are a few tweaks to the gameplay. Most welcome to franchise loyalists are the improvements to pitching and batting. If you're like me, you enjoy rocking homers out of the park on a fairly regular basis.
Ball is gone.
But that doesn't happen in real baseball games, and most sports fans would happily sacrifice fun for realism.
Here's strike 3 called.
So the new batting system allows for more accuracy. You actually have to work the pitches and try to anticipate where the ball will come based on the pitcher and the count. Pitching works the same way. Know your opponents and expose their weaknesses. You too can be the Karl Rove of video game baseball. Speaking of Karl Rove, here's another face of pure evil.
In is the third baseman, Alex Rodriguez.
You'll be able to see every detail of Derek Jeter's smug face in all its fully rendered glory.
And out of here.
Even the stadii look realistic.
On the ground.
But besides these minor changes, everything is the same as last year, and the year before, and the year before that. Look, we don't think it's a bad game. We like most everything about it, like the franchise and Road to the Show modes where you create a character and follow his career. But the only reason to upgrade to MLB 08 the show is if A, you haven't bought any of the preceding titles, or B, you're a stat hound who absolutely must know how Howie Kendrick's game has changed in the last year.
2 gone.
MLB 08 the show swings up a 3
1-2.
out of 5.
He goes the entire way to take home the victory.
Well, we've seen both reviews, and it looks like MLB 2K8 is the one to get if you have a PS3. Otherwise, you don't have much choice. Call of Duty 4's multiplayer experience can lead to some holes in walls and or controllers being thrown across rooms. Before you let your dark side get the best of you, check out this latest set of pro tips from T-Squared.
What's up? This is Tom Taylor. But you may know me as T-Squared. I'm a member of the MLG Pro team, Straight Rippin'. And I got some tips for Call of Duty 4 that'll have you fragging like a pro. My first tip is use the bomb as bait. Once it's planted, position yourself from the outside, and when they go to defuse it, pick them off. It's like shooting fish in a barrel.
We got the bomb.
It's like taking candy from a baby. If you earn an airstrike or a chopper, hold on to it, you'll be tempted to call it in early. But if you wait until after the bomb is planted, or you use it to defend your base, then your kill count is going to rise immensely. Ba-boom, baby! My next tip is always be aware of what your teammates' perks are. I don't run next to someone who doesn't have a UAV jammer equipped.
UAV recon standing by.
Cook grenades are a team's best friend. Hold down your right bumper and keep your grenade ready for the throw, because the other team won't be able to throw it back at you. It's going to blow up extremely fast. Follow these basic tips and your team will be primed for victory in the mission-based gameplay.
When X-Play returns, we keep the beat in our Patapon review for the PSP. Plus, we'll talk to Epic VP Mark Rain about the latest version of the Unreal Engine and Gears of War 2. But first, let's take a look at who rules the safe house in today's leaderboard for Call of Duty 4.
Spielberg Raises the Dead online. The feed starts in 60 seconds. Hey guys, I'm Kristen Holt. According to sources, Steven Spielberg is developing a new online social network. This isn't exactly MySpace or Facebook, but rather a site where people can discuss their close encounters with the paranormal and extraterrestrial kind. In other news, it's a war of words over Scrabble. Hasbro and Mattel are calling the popular online game Scrabulous a virtual knockoff. The companies which both market the board game are threatening legal action against the two Calcutta-based brothers who created the online phenomenon. All parties involved hope to resolve the issue without shutting down the game permanently. Get more of the news you need at g4tv.com/thefeed. I'm Kristen Holt, and you've just been fed.
I was in a...
Giving your money away. Don't wait another minute. Pick up the phone and call now.
I like the show revamp. I also think bringing in zero punctuation in Yahtzee was pure genius. I love that guy.
Welcome back to X-Play. We are ready to bring you a sneak peek of tomorrow's zero punctuation review from The Escapist. Today, behold the twisted mind of Ben Yahtzee Croshaw and his review of Nero's latest adventure, Devil May Cry 4.
Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not some spectacle-adjusting model railroad enthusiast who cannot function without absolute realism at all times. Leaping 8 times your own height, swinging swords the size of small cars around, and deflecting bullets with other bullets are all fine with me as long as it's entertaining. I'll even accept that getting a 7-foot katana jammed through your torso is totally survivable, if a bit homoerotic. A game starts whittling on my chips, however, when it populates itself with smug, self-satisfied dick spurts and starts neglecting gameplay because it's too busy letting them swagger invincibly about until I want to flatten their androgynous faces with a kayak paddle. Allow me to expand. The abominably lengthy intro cinematic contained a total of 3 high-energy bombastic fight sequences, and my entire contribution to them was to sit on my arse taking a drink every time someone defied the laws of physics. There was no reason why these fights couldn't have been playable, but the game seemed afraid that I would cramp its style. It's like Devil May Cry 4 invited me out to a bar, then left me alone in the corner nursing a strongbow while he busily tore up the dance floor with a giggling society girl. Eventually she was called away by her cackling friends, and he came back to our table with fresh drinks and apologies, but I won't forget this betrayal, oh no.
Honey, you're a weirdo. Funny, I'm a weirdo too. Honey, you're a weirdo. Funny, I'm a weirdo too. You're a weirdo, and that's why I want you.
Remember, you can get Zero Punctuation's full uncensored review of Devil May Cry 4 tomorrow only at escapistmagazine.com. And X-Play will have new previews every Tuesday night. But now, let's go over to Adam, who has our latest review.
All right, well, the creators of Parappa the Rapper are back with a new music game for the PSP, but instead of helping a little dog rap his way into Sunny Funny's heart, you take a tribe to battle. Patapon is a squad-based rhythm game with RPG elements, and if that confuses you, hopefully our review will explain all. Take 1 part real-time tactics, a generous helping of rhythm and music, and a dash of playing God, and you'll end up with Patapon. You are God in this multi-genre PSP game, and you control a tribe of circular, googly-eyed worshippers. And while they may look harmless, they're still your little killing machines. Whether it be enemy armies or wild boar, they're not afraid to spill some blood. But here's where it gets quirky. You control your tribe by beating war drums, sort of. By tapping the PSP buttons in a specific combination in rhythm, you are able to send your troops into battle, buoy their spirits, and summon miracles. And as an added bonus, it's kind of catchy in that nonsensical chanting kind of way. Now, it might look simple, but looks can be deceiving. Battles actually require a good deal of strategy. You need the right soldiers, the right equipment, and the right commands. The downside is that all this crafting can be pretty time-consuming, but no one ever said it was easy being a deity. And don't be fooled by the cute factor. This is a serious game, and your PSP will thank you for it. So if you're looking for something innovative or just something that incorporates war drums, Patapon is your game. Patapon kills 4 wild boars out of 5.
Up next on X-Play, we talk with Epic VP Mark Rain about the power of the new Unreal Engine and the year's most anticipated sequel, Gears of War 2. Stay tuned.
Grace. Take G4 on the road. Download this show now as a G4 podcast.
Welcome back to X-Play. Microsoft's keynote at GDC had Ninja's ex-inane Peter Molyneux, but Epic Games had to steal the show with their popular Unreal Tech and Gears 2 announcement. We recently talked with Epic VP Mark Rain about all the big news. Gears 2 was one of the biggest announcements at GDC 2008. We caught up with Epic Games VP Mark Rain to talk about the art of war.
things are just really going well. We've announced Gears of War 2. It's going to be a really spectacular game.
The Microsoft keynote also showcased the Unreal Engine's ability to evolve with next-gen sizable capabilities.
We're constantly improving Unreal Engine technologies. You saw in the keynote we had a chance to get up there and show some really key, cool new features. We have the fracturing system, the new fluid system. We had the really cool, we call it a meet cube, the soft body physics, and we had this awesome crowd system. So we're constantly improving and updating Unreal Engine technology. That's part of the reason people license Unreal Engine technology. It's a great pipeline and great tools for building content at a very reasonable price. So they're able to make really good money on things like downloadable content because it's not cost them a fortune to build new content. I don't have any great little secret tidbits for you, but I can tell you that people will be surprised a bit by Gears of War 2 and some of the things that we're doing in a very positive way.
Keep it on X-Play for all the up-to-the-minute grease on Gears of War 2.
It never ends.
If your name is Leonard Shelby, then write this down because it's time for an X-Play replay. On today's show, we reviewed Major League Baseball 2K8 using the analog control stick for pitching and fielding. Might seem strange at first, but it works in the home stretch. This game got 4 Senate hearings out of 5.
We also took a look at MLB 08 The Show. Despite a new, more accurate batting system, this latest installment doesn't quite warrant another $60 if you already own the 07 version. It gets 3 stars.
And we reviewed the drum-driven Patapon. Gloria Estefan was right. The rhythm is going to get you. The PSP title is more than just a simple drum beat. There is strategy, there's customization, and of course, there are those really cute characters. It grabbed 4 stars out of 5, and for $20, you don't have an excuse to pass this one up.
All right, there's no more Wind and Hour sales today, but we'll show up again tomorrow with another all-new X-Play right here at 8. On our next show, we return to the well in our review of Dynasty Warrior 6. Will it be any different than the first 5? No!
Oh, somebody got burned. Then we'll preview the latest chapters in the ever-popular Battlefield series. We'll take you inside the one that will cost you money, Bad Company, plus the one you can get for free, the cartoon-styled Battlefield Heroes.
And we take a look at the newest content online in the download.
Thanks for watching X-Play. We'll see you tomorrow.